Hi, my name is Alyssa Lassiter with AlyssaLassiterRacing.com. I just got back from an amazing trip to Charlotte, North Carolina. I went there originally to just go to be with the Motor Racing Outreach team and join their ministry team and learn more about being a chaplain at the racetracks. But a lot more came out of it than just going down there for the Motor Racing Outreach Training Program. I left out last Wednesday, had a very rough flight. I don't recommend flying in storms, but I survived. It's okay. On Thursday, I went to lunch with one of my boot camp teachers, Lisa Cooper. We went to Lancaster's barbecue, and it was delicious barbecue, but it's not as good as Kansas barbecue. Sorry. Being a Kansan, we like our barbecue. After that, we went to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and we got a private tour with Buzz McKim. He showed us all around the Hall of Fame and just gave us different stories that, not everybody was going to get to hear about NASCAR Hall of Fame. He took us to a spot in the Hall of Fame that was for diversity and the women in NASCAR and just the whole diversity program. And I told myself that day that I am going to be in that window case. I want to be in the Hall of Fame with my racing career. Being a female in this sport, it's not that easy, but there's women who's already done it before. I learned a lot being there, and I was very thankful and blessed that Lisa was able to take me there. Friday, I went to the U.S. Legends facility, or shop out there. And I wasn't expecting anything big. I was just expecting to go in there, see some different legends out there, legend race cars, and just see what they were like out there in Charlotte, North Carolina, because they're really big on the East Coast, but in the Midwest we don't really have them. Excuse me. Well, I went in there not thinking I was gonna see much, just maybe see a couple cars, but I was welcomed with open arms to go back in the shops and see how the legend cars are built. Excuse me, sorry. Just see how the legend cars are built and the production of them, see how each motor is built and how they're all equal and how they strive to have equal cars at the racetracks, and how they strive to make sure that it's not all about the money and it's about the driver and just how the driver drives the car. I was extremely blessed being there. I even got a free t-shirt at a deal, which I don't have with me, or else I would show you guys. But anyways, Friday night was the first day of the MRO ministry training program, and I was very, very nervous to start out with because I wasn't sure what it was all going to be about, and if I was going to be the only girl or not. And just I'm a shy person. It's kind of hard to get me out of my shell, but I was able to go in there, and with God, I felt much more comfortable being with God and at the training seminar. But when I got there, I wasn't the only girl. There were 2 other girls there, and it was just an amazing conference. I keep saying conference or seminar, but they're all the same thing. So we were there. I got to learn about ministering at the racetracks, and I heard so many stories on how people at the tracks, they either accept you for what you do with your ministering, or they don't want anything to do with you. And I've had that happen a lot with me in my own racing around here in Kansas City, about being accepting for what I believe in and wanting to share my faith with racers. So I'm glad that I was able to see, there's other people out there that struggle with this and how they get treated at the tracks. But I learned a lot with the training program and becoming a chaplain, and being able to have more connections out there you can go to with questions and different things that come up with your ministering and your racing, and just having a support group with the MRO has and how the loving people that they have there. It's just, I was extremely blessed with that. That night, after the MRO training that day, they were going to have the fastest chaplain race at a go-kart track called Victory Lane Karting. And there'd been smack talk all day long about, since I'm a kart racer, that they're not going to let me win or anything like that. It was going to be very tough for me to win. They were going to sabotage my kart and just make sure that I wasn't going to win and take me out. Well, we get to the track, and there's about 20 of us there, so they split us up in 2 different groups. I went out there the first set, and I was fast, but I wasn't fast enough. I just didn't understand. I'm not an asphalt racer, so it was kind of hard to figure out that track, and especially not ever being at that indoor track, it was a little nerve-wracking, but I figured it out. I ran like a 48-something in my first set, and someone else ran a 47. I was like, okay, I can't get beat by these people. I'm a kart racer, I can do this. So the next race, they actually lined us up from the fastest to the slowest, the top 10 people. And I went up against one of the head chaplains of MRO named Nick, and he was the one that ran the 47 lap time. So I was like, I am not going to let him beat me. This is not going to happen. So I went out there and I raced against him. He kept beating and banging with me. Each time I would get up behind him, he would just make sure he got inside of me and spin me out once I got around him. He kept doing that. And he kept doing that. So finally I just stuck my nose in there when I got by him and shoved him out of the way. I know, that's dirty racing, but he was being very dirty with me racing on that track. So I had to do what I had to do to cover myself. So we'd go back and forth doing that to each other, and finally, after I got around him that last time and was able to just pursue and keep going, I was able to come out as the winner of that race. And I was extremely excited because it was a very tough race, and I was very worn out, but I did it. I was successful. And I was presented this awesome trophy, the MRO trophy, being the fastest chaplain. Look, it's even from Lowe's, or Charlotte Motor Speedway. Sorry, not Lowe's. Maybe it is. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, that was Saturday. That was so much fun, and I can't wait to get back out there and do it again. So Sunday comes around. It's more my relaxing day. We have basically a little chaplain seminar, or not seminar, but like a chaplain service. And we had worship and everything, just being able to fellowship with those other believers. It was just, all I gotta say is I had a very blissful weekend, and being able to be with those people, I can't thank them enough for opening their arms up and just being godly people for me to be around and be able to share my faith with and whatnot. It was just awesome. But Sunday night was the Super Bowl, so I watched that and was kind of disappointed in how not only my team, but the 49ers played, but it was a very good game towards the end. Monday, I was supposed to fly home, which I did. I came home Monday night. But Monday morning, I went with Lisa Cooper, one of my instructors for my boot camp class. We went to a Legend shop. We went to Kyle Beatty's Legend shop. And we went in there and we talked to him about Legend racing and how, that was going to be my next step in my career, possibly. And I just wanted to figure out a budget, get a feel for things, how things worked out there for asphalt racing, because I've never raced asphalt before. So we were in there talking about things, and he was saying that I need to come out to test his cars, see if I like it, learn about them, just basically get a feel for asphalt racing. Well, then he decided to give me a tour of his shop, and then he let me sit in some cars, in a legend car and a late model, and I was like, okay, I think this is what I gotta do. But I still got a lot of thinking to do. As Lisa told me to do, I need to think and not let it overwhelm me, but I think the next step that's going to happen in my career is go out and test in the middle of March in these legend cars on asphalt tracks and get the feel for it and see if I can afford it and possibly go out there to Charlotte, North Carolina and start racing legend cars. That's a big stepping stone for my career, and not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do that, but if this is what God wants me to do, be able to share my faith with everybody around me and be able to, go to different states and share my faith and be a light of God at the tracks, then if that's what's supposed to happen, God will make it happen. So, it's all in His hands. If it all works out, that'll be awesome. If it doesn't, I'm still going to praise Him. So, that's basically the end of my long but short trip to Charlotte, North Carolina. I can't wait to go back. Kind of excited about possibly going out in March to go test. Place is an awesome place to be. So if you've never been to Charlotte, North Carolina, you better go. I guess I'll end it here. It's been nice talking with you guys. Thank you for stopping by and watching my video blog. Sorry, it was probably kind of boring, but then again, there's a lot of hype in it because there's a lot of big things happening. Anyways, if you want to get connected with me, you can go to my Facebook, Facebook.com/Alyssa Lassiter Racing. You can also go to my Twitter. It's Alyssa Lassiter 20. And my website is alyssalassiterracing.com. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video blog. But anyways, have a nice night. God bless.